it's our weekly talk. Mike and I come together. Mike, I don't know what we're going to do. The election's over. We kind of like agree on certain little things, but we do have to look towards the future and what's going on here. So I'm going to throw this out to you. I know we tried it last week a little bit, and that is the legalization of marijuana, because now they're starting to talk about it. Now they're starting to put plan into work here. And a lot of people are kind of leaning and going, well, did we do a right thing here? Did we,
Yeah, County Attorney's Office in Maricopa County announced they're going to start dropping charges for simple possession of people that have been, and they said we're going to start dropping cases for something that people legalized, and even though it was illegal then, they're not going to waste time and resources when obviously the people of this state said let's legalize it. So now a lot of people say, wait a minute, but it's, elections have consequences. I voted against 207 for the way it was written more than anything else. And I just think that it was bad legislation. We're going to find out.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that people have to understand is that, everyone's like, even with the teachers and stuff, like, well, why didn't people vote on this? Why did this? But I think, like you and I, we looked at the outcome of what's going to happen, not what we're thinking that we'd like to have, but when we really get down and read things, that's the big thing that's going on. So with that said, they've been putting a little magnifying glass over Arizona on the count, and I think it's upsetting some people.
A couple of things about this is that started out election night a little after. Fox News called it, AP called it, 200,000 vote lead for Joe Biden. And as we sit here now and talk about this, it's under 14,000, about 11,000 with 20-some thousand votes to count. Trump would need 68% of those votes to overtake Joe Biden. He wants to get into what they call the margin of error, want to recount or something else. He thinks he can win Arizona. On top of that, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted out on Thursday a tweet from 2017 that the Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs, tweeted out saying that Donald Trump is catering to neo-Nazis and said, are we ever going to get a fair shake in Arizona, throwing even more fuel on the fire. Bad look for the Secretary of State. I got to say it's a bad look. But what does it have to do? Is the election fair? That's what people care about. And I don't know if this thing's going to be over anytime soon.
So that's the thing. I got to say, I don't know if we're going to agree on this or not, but I think he just needs to concede. He needs to get done with this. He needs to get ready to move forward. And I think it's best for the Republican Party. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if it was a Democrat Party, I say best for the party because I think it's going to drag it down when they're trying to rebuild.
Here's the one caveat where I'll disagree with you. I think he should let the legal proceedings go forward for what's going to take a couple of more days. They're going to make a decision legally in some of these states. And then whatever the courts decide, then you concede. If you're going to win at a lot of places to make a difference. If he doesn't, you're going to have to concede like a gentleman, go to the inauguration, and then move forward. What he does as a private citizen, when he gets on a helicopter January 20th and he flies away, then he does whatever he wants, and God bless him. But I think that the legal challenges, if you think you have a leg to stand on, let the courts decide. Once they decide, then move forward with whatever that decision is. And it should be days. It's not going to be weeks. It's going to be days before the courts decide.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap up one more thing. And this is rumor, and I want everybody to realize that. Rumor. I'm not trying to put anything out there and stuff like that, but we're talking about the virus. Now, I'm hearing that Arizona might be one of those states because we have such a big retirement community here. We have a very big elderly community here. They might be the first ones to get the virus as not vaccine. The virus, but vaccine. As we get ready for it. I mean, what do you think of that?
Fauci is saying as early as December, we could have that disseminated to those at highest risk. And we know statistically here in Arizona, I think it's 11% of the cases over 65, 71% of the deaths over 65. So that demographic would definitely be in line for it. With the retirement population here, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so it's the vaccine I'm talking about. And like I said, don't take my word. Don't be putting it out there. I don't want to be.
I'm tweeting it already that you said it.
See, this is why, sometimes Mike and I aren't in here. So, Mike, tell them where they can find you weekdays.
Monday through Friday, 8 to noon, KTAR 92.3 FM or on the KTAR News app.
So, all right, and we'll come back and talk to them because Thanksgiving's around, so.
Can't wait.
I can't either.